2 streams in one day. Yeah.
You have no power here.
Boom. Hello. Hello. Okay. Hello and welcome to tonight's fantastic Magic the Gathering Arena Dinosaur action. Yes, two streams in one day. I played relaxingly the trading card shop simulator. For anybody that might not be familiar, if this is your first time, I only play dinosaurs. I've only ever played dinosaurs really on Magic the Gathering. April Fool's Day aside, one day a year I don't stream them, but usually it is the Explorer format, which is basically Pioneer. And I flew into Diamond very, very fast, nicely, with a 26-17 record after the season reset just less than a week ago. Basically a week ago. So as a way of, celebrating, we're going to at least start off with Alchemy Dinos. I didn't redeem or use up some of my rare and mythic rare wild cards. It didn't feel like that. I do have a couple redeemed, but we'll see what different things are faced in that format. I'm going to play other wacky lists. You guys can choose what I play. If you want to see me try something pretty crazy, I'll definitely be up for it. And there will still be plenty of
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, plenty of that stuff. Let me get that little dino up there. Okay, this list, I'm not going to put every list in the description, but just because we're starting off with some form of alchemy dinos, I thought I'd put that in the description, a link tree and a primer to regular Stampede variation is there as well. We don't have a lot of the key things that I love to power out Ghalta in a stable way, the most stable way, because it is only attached to lands. No creatures, no artifacts. You don't really have to worry about the opponent killing your stuff because they can't if it is only land. So we'll see how consistent this is. It might not make a lot of sense to be using Ghalta Stampede Tyrant with Alchemy Dinos because you don't have that at least stable way to get there. I'm expecting a lot of crazy things. It's going to be very, very interesting. Maybe it's going to be a lot of aggro. Who knows? Sideboard wise, we got the Keen-Eyed Curator. Seems like it might be nice for a little bit of graveyard hate. Worth a shot at least. Pawpatch Formation to do a bunch of different stuff. There might be some very pesky flying creatures, so we get to destroy that and hurt enchantments. Draw a card, make a food. Not too bad. Then the lovely Cease and Desist, which I'm not using too much in my regular Explorer list, but I want some graveyard hate. There we go. Pretty straightforward. And Promomite too, a little bit of interaction just in case. I might start to try this out on the regular in the Stampede list, even though everything seems to be moving along quite nicely. Definitely with Stalwart Speartail here. We want that to get hit. That's really, I think in my mind, the main draw for dinos in Alchemy. Whenever it's dealt damage, other dinosaurs you control and dinosaurs in your hand and library perpetually get +1/+1. Every dino gets bigger all the time, doesn't matter where it is. That's absolutely nuts. And whenever it attacks, it deals 1 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Now I could probably lean more into this, triggering it, having it be pinged, but we'll leave it there for now. Definitely some refinement could be made. I say we jump right into it. The main idea is to just play the dinos, beat them up like only dinos can, hoping that our creatures are bigger than theirs. I think they probably would be. Maybe. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Had a good weekend, getting ready or dreading perhaps Monday. Hopefully Monday goes good. Even if your weekend hasn't been good, we're going to have a good time right here. Right now, you might be passed out already listening on your drive to work, perhaps. Traffic's bad. Traffic's never bad where I live because, well, sometimes there's, the odd crash. Somebody hits a deer, that sort of thing. But otherwise, it's boom. You just get there. If you have to go an alternate route, it sometimes takes quite a bit of time. A long time. Detour. Okay, we got Aqua Haruka, Accomplished Alchemist. Huh. Well, they see I'm a veteran explorer, so they know I'm playing in that format quite a bit. Maybe they think they don't have to be worried too much. I don't really like this hand, though. The Restless Ridgeline's always entering tapped. That's not good either. Oh, okay. Well, that was quite painful indeed, to say the least. You know what? I want that Stalwart Speartail gone. I want to try and get the Regal Imperiosaur down, if at all possible. I would imagine with this opponent being in black, they're going to have some removal for the Intrepid Paleontologist. But, okay, well, we got our first black alchemy card that never seen before, of course. Whenever one or more creatures die, put a wreck counter on this enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. If it's I don't know. As long as it doesn't kill my stuff, I'm okay. And I do appreciate that Hulking Raptor. If we could get it down, at least we should be in a good position. At the very least, I should be playing something next turn. Whether Intrepid Paleontologist gets killed or we just get the Regal Imperiosaur down with. Oh, okay, good. I like the looks of this, I must admit. Super ramping. Had to mulligan quite a few times, but we're recovering quite nicely. I could play Vaultborn Tyrant next. No, I can't. 5, 6. No, I could. Yes, I could. Huh. At the very least, they can't take out Hulking Raptor, so we're getting too closer. I have to imagine, yeah, they got to be taking out the Intrepid Paleontologist. You would think a very weak creature. Maybe there's something that gives -2/-2 or a -3/-3. Perforator Crocodile, huh. When it enters, for each creature your opponents control, conjure a card named Stab Wound. Ooh, that sounds kind of painful. Attach to that creature. Nothing too crazy. I guess we just get some damage in. And we hope they don't have a sweeper. This could be problematic. Okay, yeah. Exiling a creature. Nothing I could do about that. The good old nowhere to run. Huh. We still have a... Okay. That was painful. Alright, hopefully somebody big next turn, but nowhere to run is... Well, that is rough. Oh, Ixalli's Lorekeeper. Don't need that. But hey, we can play anything. Again, a reasonable recovery. Somebody big coming up. There's got to be somebody big. I gotta say, I miss Carnage Tyrant, Tyrannix Rex. Maybe there is Tyrannix Rex. No, that wouldn't be available in Alchemy. Maybe it is. I'm pretty sure it rotated. Alchemy, I think, rotates a little bit faster. Not too worried about the Soulstone Sanctuary. There's a reasonable chance we could just play somebody big coming up that is going to absolutely turn the corner. Huh. Well, I mean, it's not nothing. Pugnacious Hammerskull at the very least is a decently sized body, threatening the Soulstone Sanctuary. We'll see. We'll see. But at the moment I can make a total of 7, and Vaultborn Tyrant, that would be the ticket, I believe. There's 4 of them, so you know it's coming up. Porcupine Portent, okay. 3 to exile target creature. That is pretty good. Hey, that's all right. That's right. Yes. Yeah. Hey, no worries. No worries. You got the rundown on what is somewhat alchemy dinos. Again, I could have more of the alchemy cards, but like I mentioned, I didn't really want to use too many of my wild cards. I don't have too many rares and mythics left, and I would prefer to, I think, save them for maybe something that would be usable in Explorer. But somebody big. Vaultborn, no more lands. Oh, well, that's flooded. Flood City. Okay, hey, no, that's good stuff. I'm just getting so incredibly flooded. I probably should pack it in at this point, but I could top deck a Vaultborn. There is only 20 lands in this list, so the chances of seeing a 7th one coming up are hopefully pretty low. You would think. Orzhov pigs. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. Orzhov boars, perhaps. Okay. This looks pretty crazy. Where's Ghalta when you need her? We got to keep all the creatures there just in case we get somebody big and expensive. Ghalta, possibly. Not that Ghalta would put much out, but I'm okay taking the 3 damage from the Soul Shredder, or I guess taking the 4 damage from Soulstone Sanctuary and being able to play Ghalta next turn. But we really need something soon. Man, this is pretty nuts. I guess I'm not really using some of the crazy alchemy cards. Oh, yeah, the draining, man. That's how she goes. Okay. Do we want to use anything from the sideboard? It seems like a little bit of fighting interaction would be good. But again, very painful that we didn't see pretty much any of these guys. These 12, the Wingbane Vantasaur would have been perfect. Definitely. Graveyard Hate, not so much. Primal Might, I like. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna trim Ghalta, and we'll bring in Primal Might and hope for the best. It is good for sure. I think this opponent does a little bit with the graveyard, but it just seems like they exile my creatures with that boar removal spell ability, and then they just combine a bunch of different stuff. Oh, shoot. But I should check if I could use Tyrannix Rex. I'm pretty sure you can't. Otherwise, I probably would have added it in when I was making this list this afternoon. This opponent is probably thinking, oh, this person joined the wrong queue, but they must have seen some of the alchemy cards. So I guess maybe not. Or maybe they didn't see any of my alchemy cards, so now they're thinking, oh, by mistake, I joined the alchemy queue instead of the explorer queue. Maybe. Oh, no, that's not going to cut it. Oh, that's much better, I would say. You know what? They don't have counter spells. I'm going to keep all those Primal Mites with the Pugnacious Hammerskull. It could be nice having 2 fight spells, and also very nice sending that land to the bottom, which I didn't exactly want to do. But now we got the replacement with that forest there. As long as Pugnacious doesn't get killed. A source of red would be nice for Stalwart Speartail, but I felt that there was enough red sources to pretty consistently get that down. Ixalli's Lorekeeper and the Intrepid Paleontologist can. But okay, yeah, no. You got your piece of removal, and all I got is 4 forests. Nuts. Not too bad, as long as I can play that Stalwart Speartail next turn. Fight. Okay, no, not quite. Next turn we'll play it. Gotta say, I do like a Palani's Hatcher, but hopefully Stalwart Speartail next turn. Fight 2 things. Ooh, that would be pretty good. Maybe fight 2 things, but I still expect there's going to be maybe a piece of removal in the opponent's hand. At least I'm on track to play Palani's Hatcher. Oh, what do we got here? Teysa of the Ghost Council. Starting at intensity, make some creatures, exile it. Huh, okay. All right, good stuff. Gets a little bit bigger, and hey, you know what? I think they have some removal, so I'm just going to fight this and make all dinos +2/+2. We'll see. I might not have gotten that benefit, but now Palani's Hatcher is perpetually a 7/5. This is getting pretty interesting. Not the dinosaur tokens, but I like that. I don't think it powers up those tokens. I'm pretty sure. That'd be a little bit too OP. Somebody's going down. They have 2 mana on tap. 2 white, a white and a black. We'll see. Hopefully, Palani's Hatcher can crack 1 egg. Oh, not. Oh, no, maybe. Yeah, I don't need Ixalli's Lorekeeper at this point. I'm already making 6. I would rather maybe somebody a little bit more expensive or a fighting spell for next turn. I should probably read what Spectacle of Destruction does, maybe a little bit more. Whatever one more is. Okay. They just getting more stuff whenever a creature dies. They remove a ret counter at the beginning of their upkeep. Seems pretty decent. The potential to maybe do nothing if no creature dies, but if you're naturally going to be killing stuff, I mean, it's good card advantage for 2. It's not like you're losing life. You know, you're spending 2 or 3 for an enchantment that you draw a card and lose 1 life at the beginning of every upkeep. Phyrexian Arena, perhaps this is, in some cases, a little bit better. Okay. That is a little bit problematic. Teysa of the Ghost Council. Depending on her intensity, spirits they control get +X/+O. Ooh, I don't like the sounds of that. And this Abyssal Harvester, which I was actually thinking about using in some way to cheat out stuff. But I do like our chances here. This is feeling all right. Okay. Everybody's bigger, attacked. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't care who I draw, because now they're going to be perpetually 3 bigger at the very least. Hopefully I get to attack with the Stalwart Speartail. Oh man, good stuff. I like an 8/6 Palani's Hatcher, and again, everything else is permanently +3/+3, but watch me draw another land next turn. Hopefully I don't just die. I bet they have some piece of removal. They must. Destroy base, so they won't be dealing damage to the Stalwart Speartail, unfortunately. Okay, no, that's pretty good. They did what they had to do. Some creature, any creature. I can play basically any creature in here. Oh, really? I swear, I only put 20 lands in the list. Wacky. Where's Vaultborn Tyrant when you need it? I don't think we're dead. The Soulstone Sanctuary is gonna deal a decent bit of damage. 4, I believe, and then we're drained by 2 with the Unholy Annex there. Down to 3, huh? We have to land a Vaultborn Tyrant to have really any hope. Or the Wingbane Vantasaur, maybe. Shouldn't be too hard to discard something. Oh. Okay, well. It's not like you can do anything different. Sometimes you just draw lands. Again, there's only 20. Rough stuff. And that still seems, pretty reasonable. With all the ramping, it's certainly a lower curve than I normally use in Explorer with the Stampede Dino, so I can still get by with the 20. I mean, I'm not going to go lower. That's just, I think, a case of, well, it's an outlier. It was the first match, of course, so you don't really want to draw any conclusions from just one of them. I'm sure it's not going to be the same deck, but we'll have to deal with some more wacky stuff. What is the shuffler doing? Really? It's a whole lot of crazy combinations of hands. I mean, technically that could work if I knew I would be drawing another. Maybe. You know what? I'm going to keep it just because I could get the Speartail or Regal Imperiosaur down on turn 2 if I draw another land. I have 2 chances to draw the second land. So, we'll see. Worth a shot. Again, I'm technically not considering these as wins tonight just because it's the Wacky for a fun night. We'll get right back into things. Of course, I would like to win all of them, but that will probably not happen. Okay. Oh, good. That's what I'm talking about. I like it. Get the Regal Imperiosaur next turn and boom. Not too bad. I think we might have a good chance here. Taking out that pesky Otter. We lose the Ixalli's Lorekeeper with the Stalwart Speartail pinging everybody, but we still get the other Regal Imperiosaur next turn. Alright, good stuff. Ghalta's getting bigger. Regal Imperiosaur stacking the bonuses. Quite nice. -5 for the Speartail. That's no fun. Hopefully, Regal Imperiosaur is enough to help us get the job done. Oh, I'll take another. Thank you. I think this is going to be pretty difficult for them to handle. I mean, I certainly don't need Ghalta, and Yeah, I think for alchemy wise, is it just trim Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. You might have a hard time getting there, as I appear to be finding out. But they're not really doing much of anything. Triumphant, get away. Okay. I'll just play another one, and another one, and another one.
Oh no! Anyway.
They had to block to survive. Now hopefully they just don't have a sweeper of some sort. Oh. How did they? Each player's okay. That was a lot of fun. At least I got Intrepid Paleontologist. Hopefully that lives. But Mycelic Ballot. I saw that before with the other opponent, so perhaps that is the standard sort of sweeper if you're in black in alchemy. Sacrifice all your stuff. A lot of fun. A lot of fun seeing the opponent play the Hulking Raptor there. My own Hulking Raptor. Just a lot of heisty shenanigans. Maybe I should try that too at some point. Yeah, maybe I would switch things to get Ghalta. Feels a little bit better. Yeah, I like that Savage Stomp. We can't use it on Hulking Raptor, unfortunately, but next turn we'll have enough for the ward too. If Wingbane Vantasaur is living, it certainly could just die right here, right now. They have an extra 2 green. They can probably play pretty much anything that's in their deck. Yeah, it just that's pretty good. That's not good. That's not good. The Fuel Tank Feaster. I should try that. I saw that before. It seemed pretty decent. All right, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Yep. Auto pay. At least Wingbane Vantasaur is surviving. It is unfortunate they keep stealing all my things with the pesky heist mechanic. I've seen a lot of people grumble about that, and of course I've never really experienced it myself because I never play alchemy, but it does not feel good. I gotta say. It does seem quite nice. Wingbane Vantasaur, I mean, that could be a regular paper card if they word it differently. I would love to use it on the regular. I'm quickly coming to despise heist. I gotta say. Could be nice getting Ghalta next turn. I mean, maybe it's gonna be the first time tonight that I get a Vaultborn Tyrant. You never know. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, they're just playing all my Pugnacious Hammerskulls. Great. Yep. Hooray. Well, we got that, which is okay. 3, 6. Yeah, we can play Ghalta. After they let this resolve. Kind of strange. Let's get going. Might as well. One big thing plus the Wingbane Vantasaur, stacking a Savage Stomp for next turn. It does. Yeah, I would say a Savage Stomp at this point. Hopefully they don't take out Ghalta, but it seems like they're quite apprehensive to attack. I'm perfectly fine with that, but maybe they have some sort of shenanigans up their sleeve. We'll wait for now. Hope they don't have removal. Certainly they won't be attacking into Ghalta being the side. Oh, yeah, keep playing my stuff. Each opponent loses 2 life. Yeah, okay, whenever. that's not good. Not good at all. Well. It's not gonna win us anything. They're gonna play something next turn. I wasn't gonna kill him, and I was gonna go down, unfortunately. Just with the life loss from this triumphant getaway here. Whenever they cast a spell that they heisted from me, I lose 4 life, and they gain 4 just because they have 2 triumphant getaways. Do I even have a Vaultborn Tyrant in the list? Haven't seen it once. Of course, it is only 2 matches, but still, it's ripe for the tweaking. Do I like Primal Might? Pawpatch Formation. I have to imagine that's going to be pretty beneficial. Maybe more than Ixalli's Lorekeeper. I'm pretty sure Ixalli's Lorekeeper would just get killed, so Pawpatch Formation, perhaps taking out one of those heist enchantments wouldn't be terrible. That's also not terrible. Starting off with the commercial district, the Thornspire Verge, able to make a green, just because I do have a mountain or a forest commercial district, being a mountain forest. And 2 Intrepid Paleontologist. Lovely with the ramp, lovely with Vaultborn Tyrant. Okay. I really should be splashing for white. I would imagine if I had hexproof, it would shut down a lot of the heisting of this opponent, of heisting of really anybody. Yeah, we need that Intrepid Paleontologist. But it's heist target opponent's library, so if I had hexproof, they wouldn't be able to target me, and they wouldn't get all that free stuff. And Speartail. Let's go with Palani's Hatcher. Let's spend as much mana as possible. It could have been Palani's for 5 or Stalwart Speartail plus Pawpatch Formation for 2. Oh, well, that's no fun. Well, we'll continue to chip away with Paleontologist, hopefully playing Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. But maybe not. Oh, yeah, just play my stuff. Play my stuff. I say we use Pawpatch to, well, that's the only mode of Pawpatch that we can use, but I want to draw a card, possibly drawing a land. Intrepid Paleontologist is going to have to do, I guess. At least I do have those dinosaur eggs to chomp block the Pugnacious, because it doesn't have trample, so it's going to be making scrambled eggs if it chooses to attack, but it will get the stun counter on it, so they may not want to. They would need another dinosaur. Might as well gain a bit of life here. Make use out of those Intrepid Paleontologists. Okay, can you go? All I want to do is gain a bit of life. Finally. Took long enough to play the first Vaultborn. Hopefully it's not killed or some sort of wacky alchemy countered immediately. It would be nice to play Ghalta next turn. I mean, of course, we're going to be playing Ghalta Stampede Tyrant at some point. Okay. We should be safe, I think. Oh, it is. Just play Vaultborn Tyrant, and you're laughing. Of course, you want a decent amount of creatures to trigger it, but still, Vaultborn Tyrant itself is simply the best. Oh, they got rid of This Town Ain't Big Enough. I have to imagine they would want to bounce the Vaultborn Tyrant just so I don't trigger things, but oh, okay, I guess they wanted Hulking Raptor instead. You better watch out. I'm just going to play another one. Hopefully getting to my next land. 2 triggers, probably something. Nothing? Oh, okay. I'll go with Vaultborn Tyrant. They wouldn't be silly enough to block it, to kill it with the Pugnacious Hammerskull. Okay, okay, good. I mean, there could have been a chance. If Vaultborn got killed, traded with Pugnacious, that would have been absolute. Oh, okay, fine, yeah. Yeah, if you want to play your own stuff. Yeah, okay, okay. I see how it is. Well, I guess we'll go with Hulking Raptor. That would get us to Ghalta next turn. Also, probably draw us some lands here, you would think. Good, good. Yeah. Let's do it with the Speartail. Also, continuing to trigger the Vaultborn Tyrants. Maybe they trade with their own? Good, do it. Oh, you're that's dumb. Dumb. Oh yeah, please. Kill both. Huh. I'll take it. I get more triggers than them. I get 3 total. They get 1. Oh, I need to discard 4. That is nuts. Well, the lands, for sure. And the Paleontologist. Man, we're setting up for something good. I know. They must not know. I just wish I had a Palani's Hatcher. Oh, they have my Palani's Hatcher. Well, they're not dealing 47 in 1 turn. I can tell you that much for a fact. Just hopefully I can draw my own Palani's Hatcher with all the Ghalta triggers next turn. The first Ghalta triggering the 2 Vaultborns, and then the other, well, we'll see. 18 cards. I can imagine that for sure. Okay, no, that's something. All right, Palani's Hatcher. Where are you at? Because I don't have Regis or Alpha, because that's not legal in Alchemy. Oh, nope, that's not it. Okay, I have 27 cards in here. If I put a Ghalta with all of these, that would be 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, we're safe to put all that. I get 14 triggers. That means 14 chances to find the 1 Palani's Hatcher to put it out. I get 2 Savage Stomps conjured quite nicely. Could use the 1 mana from Intrepid Paleontologist, but where's Palani's? Alright, nope. Oh, we got her. Good. Good, that's what I'm talking about. As long as I don't deck myself, I destroy them. Oh boy. Exciting times. Exciting time. Hopefully they don't have removal on it. I don't think they do. They probably would have done something already. Oh, look how big those eggs are. Everybody pinging everybody. Massive, massive, massive. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All the pings from the Stalwart Speartail. Okay. I could get used to this. Just compounding power. I like it. I like it a lot. What did I give everybody? +9/+9 or something? Yeah. Yeah. Huh. I'm glad I did a thing that was powerful. Yeah, whenever it attacks, it deals 1 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. So I had 3 instances of 3 damage. So 3 times 3 is 9. I perpetually gave every single dinosaur in my deck and on the battlefield +9/+9. That is divine. Ghalta is 21/21. The Vaultborn Tyrant's massive, massive, massive. Huh. Regal Imperiosaur, just a casual 14/13. Now I just have to do that again. Yeah, honestly, I might tweak things. If I do play Alchemy a little bit more, just give myself hexproof. I know there is a couple cards that can do that, but then I don't have to worry about the opponent ever stealing my cards, because I guess they can't. Heisting target opponent's library. No, no, no. That's not happening. Never again. Could be... Oh, yeah, no. That's a little bit better. We at least have the 3 lands. I know that I'm going to be getting to either Pugnacious or Regal Imperiosaur. Commercial District to start, just to see if there's, Ixalli's Lorekeeper or some mana on top. Well, I don't need another Pugnacious. I need more mana. And nice to get a replacement Ghalta. +9 divine. +9 is fine. Maybe the opponent whined. But this seems pretty good. Should probably look at what Hymn to the Ages does. Starting intensity, number of cards equal to it. All course cards you own intensified by 1. Huh. Well, if they have counter spells, hopefully everything lands quite nicely. Maybe they don't have counter spells, but at the very least I got that Cavern to make sure a thing sticks. Probably have some removal. Maybe not. Just this hymn to the ages. They draw some cards. I guess that's not too scary. There it is with that pesky heisting once again. Hulking Raptor, pretty good. We're making a nice explosive amount of mana next turn. And hitting them for 6 with Pugnacious is interesting. They had 2 mana untapped and they were not able to do anything. Sadly, I had to sacrifice all my stuff, but at least I still get to connect with Hulking Raptor. And possibly play Ghalta next turn. I would be able to make 8. Hopefully see a Vaultborn or something like that. Yeah. Looks like they're going to kill it. Nope. Okay. Do what you got to do. They won't be playing much else. That's for sure. Okay. Paleontologist and Regal Imperiosaur, quite nice indeed. 3, 6, 7. Possibly could play Ghalta again. Next turn, if we... Oh, super heisty. Crystal Barricade, yes, that was the thing that was on my mind from Foundations there. I'll splash white for that, 100%. I would imagine Heist is probably pretty popular. Everybody's playing Heist pretty much. Gotta be. Who wouldn't want to play Heist? Stealing your opponent's cards, you got your own, but then now you're like playing with 2 decks. Lovely. Okay, well, at least I got the Paleontologist. Hopefully we continue to stick something. Oh, yeah, you played my Vaultborn Tyrant. Love it. I love it. Maybe I'll get my own Vaultborn Tyrant coming up. I guess not. Nah, let's pack it in. Let's try another match. You haven't even done? Okay, hey, best of one. You can cycle through a lot of best of one games just naturally how it is. There's no sideboarding. Everything is, well, probably, it should be shorter than best of three. But you never know. But yeah, the sideboarding does change things quite a bit. We'll leave the list as is. Again, ripe for refinement, for sure. Maybe tweak things a little bit after this match or play some Brawl. I would be up for that. It's only 10:15. I was able to start more at the regular time. I used to, pardon me. I used to start pretty often at 9:30. And, excuse me. 9:30, go for 2 hours. But then it changed to 10:30 sometimes by the time I finished the thumbnail. All right. Heisty shenanigans? I think so. All these people are probably like, what the heck is this person doing? I'm facing off against a veteran explorer. You're in the wrong queue, buddy. I kind of wish I could see the opponent's faces or at least know what they were thinking. But that hand's lovely. It seems pretty perfect. Paleontologist, oh well, we don't need a Ghalta, that's for sure. But getting the Paleontologist down, knowing that I should be able to get Pugnacious, hopefully. No heist. It doesn't appear to be a heist deck with mice. Boros Mice, although that is probably going to be pretty aggressive, so I'm a little worried. At least I did go first. Oh, do they have some removal? Oh, don't do it. I'm not blocking. I know you got stuff up your sleeve. Phew. I was a little bit worried. I'm just happy I can get the Pugnacious down this turn and also play the Restless Ridgeline. Next turn, we got the Wingbane Vantasaur with a Savage Stomp. A Monstrous Rage is probably coming up, but at least we got Pugnacious. A 6/6 creature is going to be fairly scary, I think, for this Boros Mouse opponent. Oh, what a Recruit Instructor. 2 for 1/1. Whenever one or more mice you control attack, draft a card. Create a mouse. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, hopefully I'm able to trade. They probably have something up their sleeve. Okay, well, it got them to burn that. I'm perfectly okay with it. But also, I'm going to be taking it out with the Wingbane Vantasaur here, making, like I said, that Savage Stomp and quite nicely. Well, maybe I could just simply take out the... let's take out the Recruit Instructor, because then I can attack in freely and get 7 damage with Pugnacious Hammerskull. That's definitely better. Pugnacious does not have Trample, so... Oh, Monster... Okay. Yeah, Monstrous Rage, Banned in Alchemy. I forgot about that. Still people playing the Boros Mice. Not too worried about them. We want to take out these mice before they get too big with those counters. Oh, yeah, that's not rough. But I still trade with this, because now we both connect and boom, dead with that 5 toughness. That was not good for the opponent. I'm just going to make another Savage Stomp and keep on fighting. Take out the Manifold Mouse for sure. Okay. Nice little 5/6 Wingbane Vantasaur able to scare away, I think, some of the stuff the opponent's going to do. That's not too bad. I'm not targeting the Flowerfoot Swordmaster anytime soon, so I think we should be okay. I don't imagine any of their stuff is going to be big enough to attack into the Wingbane Vantasaur this turn. You know, I guess Palani's Hatcher it is. It's time for
Ruthless aggression!
absolutely ruthless. Just got to start chipping away at their stuff. They're going to run out of creatures eventually. It would be nice to play a Vaultborn Tyrant next turn. I'm not on track to do that. It might just involve Restless Ridgeline, perhaps. It'll be alright. I think. Hardfire Hero, if it attacks it. I mean, it doesn't have trample, so I don't have to worry too much. I'm just happy that I can make this into a creature. And I'm going to make the egg a little bit bigger, just to stick it to him, I hope. I'm pretty sure everybody has to block for them to survive. Maybe. At the very least, I basically take out everybody. I'm pretty darn sure the Hardfire Hero is not dealing 18 to me this turn, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Okay, not too bad. We got 4. Yeah, I like that. That's not gonna do it. No siree. Not enough. Oh, beating the pesky mouse menace. All right.
You have no power here.
Now I hopefully can do it again. Of course, I have a lot of cheaper but bigger dinos, so that definitely helped in this matchup. If it was some sort of aggressive one, yeah, it might have been pretty rough. But I think because they got a lot of little creatures, I want to bring in the Primal Might for the further aggression. Just keep interacting, beating them up. I am a little bit sad about the fact that my cheap but big dinos, they don't have trample. There is ways to get that on creatures. I just haven't added that in quite yet. But still, we got it done. If my creatures are so big, the opponent does not want to attack. Eventually, we should be getting the job done, you would think. Okay. It did seem pretty slow. It was a little bit strange. I expected something far more aggressive from the opponent. Nice to see that Restless Ridgeline. 4 lands now, lovely stuff playing the Pugnacious. Turn 3, Regal Imperiosaur, plus potentially the Primal Might afterwards. Garruk's for trample, yes. Oh, 100%. Garruk's Uprising, it's where it's at. Also, Commercial District. Oh, you know what? Let's just keep that forest. We may not need it, but there isn't Sunken Citadel or Cascarenbreg to rely on, so we still have to focus on getting a big total amount of lands. I don't have the way to efficiently make a big amount of mana with only a few. Would be nice to get a little bit more interaction. Hopefully the Wingbane Vantasaur. This could be problematic. Sheltered by ghosts. Yeah, no. I imagine that's gonna do it. 6? 10? Probably. Primal Might take out the Manifold Mouse? I guess. We'll try. Just so that Flowerfoot Swordmaster doesn't get double strike next turn. And then we could potentially threaten that we might chump block it. Or they play another Sheltered by Ghost and we just pack it in. Or they steal it as well. That's... I guess we got lucky in the first game. Nuts. Kind of like Pawpatch Formation to get rid of Sheltered by Ghost. That would be quite debilitating for them. And I still like the Primal Might too. And Stalwart Speartail. I like all this stuff, really. But we'll trim Ixalli's Lorekeeper. I think they could have... Well, they do have some cheap interaction. The Sheltered by Ghost probably taking out Ixalli's Lorekeeper, but the mana that it makes can't be used for some of the various other spells. Savage Stomp, can't cast it. You can only use it for Dinos. There's probably a pretty low chance of us taking them down anyways, but we'll get that Vaultborn Tyrant gone, at the very least playing Paleontologist and hopefully Pugnacious. Hopefully they stumble like they did in that first game. Or I just get to play Hulking Raptor now. That would be the thing, the ticket. Don't play a Source of White. Don't do it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not new. I know that thing could get bigger. Probably would have gotten bigger. Yeah. Let's do the Speartail. Make everybody bigger. Good stuff. Sheltered by Ghost, is it? Oh boy. No worries. I mean, I could block the Hardfire here. You know what? +1, +0, 2, 3. Let's... Actually, no. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. I could potentially take out some of these things. Perhaps. The Hardfire here does go to 2 toughness, so the 1 damage ping from Stalwart Speartail is not going to do it. But maybe we take out the Brave Meadow Guard. Perhaps. Oh, you got your Sheltered by Ghost, don't you? Oh, or Lightning Helix, that too. That is good as well. But I like the Regal Imperiosaur. I mean, both would have been pretty nice. I'm just happy we took out somebody, we powered up everybody, and playing Pugnacious next turn is going to be pretty sweet. Pugnacious or potentially Hulking Raptor. Hopefully there's no Sheltered by Ghost though. Will I block with Regal Imperiosaur? I might. I can probably make it maybe too big. Okay, well, they're not attacking. Good. Very good. Just, I take out the... Yeah. Usually that's how it goes. I like this. Phew. Just keep making them bigger and bigger. Look at that Pugnacious Hammerskull. 999. That's fine. But maybe they have... No, I can't have something up their sleeve. Valiant Emberkin. What's this do? Okay, could be painful. I'm fine with that. 6/5 double strike. 12. Yeah. Just take it. and we'll get him. Oh, wow. I beat the Alchemy Mice. Cooking. I'll take it. I know. Honestly, I think they could make Stalwart Speartail into a paper version. Not the perpetual stuff, but enrage whenever this creature is dealt damage. Put another 1/1 counter on every other dinosaur you control. Of course, it would be hard to track the dinos in your deck. You could get an emblem, huh? Whenever Stalwart Speartail is dealt damage, create an emblem with other dinosaurs you control, get +1/+1. Effectively, it's like the other dinos in your deck perpetually get that +1/+1. Whenever they enter, they get the bonus however many emblems you've made. But yeah, Stalwart Speartail, that's the way. Leaning more into this for sure. Other ways to ping it, potentially. Turning damage spells into a benefit. There is probably a couple things that ping your creature to do maybe a substantial amount of damage to some other creature. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe that would make dinosaurs too good. Too good in paper. Of course, being alchemy, they can update it somewhat if they have to. But yeah, we could play Brawl. Anybody watching right now, if you want to play Brawl, Lilianna, Dinos, certainly. We could go over the list a little bit, the alchemy list. But of course, alchemy is a rotating format, so you will lose some of these eventually. What would I change? I think we would trim Ghalta, possibly that Smuggler Surprise like I mentioned, but also maybe just Ixalli's Lorekeeper. Trim this completely. Replace it with something that searches for a basic land and puts it onto the battlefield. We could look at that actually right now. See what they have alchemy wise. What do we got? Arcturids Charm, really. I should have glimpsed the core. Where is glimpse the core? Why don't I see glimpse the core? Odd. But I'll definitely add in Arcturids Charm. Oh, okay. Forest, basic forest, yeah. Glimpse the Core instead of Ixalli's Lorekeeper. The mana from Glimpse the Core, you can use it for anything, so I think better than Ixalli's Lorekeeper. You have to wait the turn you play Ixalli's Lorekeeper anyways until the following turn to use it. Similar to the basic forest that you grab that enters tapped, you have to wait until the following turn. I would probably like to maybe lean into the cave angle a little bit. There's probably not a ton of land destruction. Maybe there is in alchemy. But yeah, for the most part, it's mostly mono green. But 100% Stalwart Speartail is a very enjoyable thing to be doing. Trim Arcturids? Yeah, I guess so. I feel like maybe we don't need the Hulking Raptor. Possibly. Something could be better served without that. Maybe some other dino. Bushwhack. Bushwhack is good. I see a lot of people use Bushwhack. Now let's take out the Hulking Raptor. Let's picture this. Would that be enough creatures to have enough creatures really overall? 28 dinosaurs. I think that should do the trick. Vaultborn, lovely. Ghalta putting everybody out. Every creature other than Intrepid Paleontologist is at least 4. I like that. Wingbane Vantasaur, you get some interaction. Potentially artifact or enchantment destruction. Bushwhack, interaction. or that basic land. Glimpse the Core, ramp in the most stable way, getting a basic land. Yeah, I would say that is a very decent package indeed. Possibly trim the Restless Ridgeline. It's not like I make it into a creature too much. I'll trim one copy. I don't need the red a whole lot, so could maybe trim the Thornspire, maybe more. I don't want to craft anything. Maybe, but there's so many forests, plus the commercial district. I could see an entire playset of Thornspire Verge quite reasonably. You should pretty much always be making a green from it, I would think. But yeah, the 60 there, definitely. And then possibly something with hexproof in the side, maybe splashing for white. That crystal barricade there. But we still got the job done quite nicely. Keep it the same, not the same. I don't think we need the Keen-Eyed Curator. We do have some graveyard interaction. Exile with the Intrepid Paleontologist already. Oh, it is. Fighting, a land, destruction. I guess perhaps I could Arc Druids instead of Bushwhack. Let's do that. Yeah. Alright. And it's not like Bushwhack actually gets us extra lands ahead. You can play your land for the turn plus Arc Druids to grab and put another land out already. 2 lands in 1. Very nice, but like you mentioned, we got the enchantment, artifact, exile, which could be very applicable. It's not destroy. And then this, interaction and not exile, destroy based removal with naturalize, and we're packing a lot of heat. Maybe one more match here. Oh, no, it's invalid. I need one. What am I missing? One more forest. Oh boy. Oh boy. One more match. And then, yeah, maybe some brawl. Potentially. Much be more heist. Or more mice. Lilianna Dino time, JDX. Yes, Lilianna Dinos. Okay, after this. I like it. We got Glimpse the Core, recently added. Start off with that Thornspire Verge and easily be able to tap for. What do we got here? Silent Hulk Reaper. Can't be blocked whenever it deals combat damage. It does some stuff. Okay. Hey, look, I'm ahead by 1 permanently forever. I like it. Hey, sometimes the format speaks to you, Captain Dude Man, or some deck speaks to you, kind of like Dinos spoke to me all those years ago, and then I just stick with it. It's hard to put into words. Okay. Creature becomes a copy of another creature. Interesting. I guess it's going to become a copy of the Wingbane Vantasaur, which I could take it out with my own Savage Stomp. Oh, no, just some counters. Huh. Definitely JDX. We could upgrade Lilianna Dinos for sure. Tomb of Gadwick. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, ward 1. Okay. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I want to take out this Hulk Reaper, but I also want to take out Kitza. Yeah. Well, it's ward 1. Yeah. Well, right? Okay, this seems good. They don't have any mana. That makes sense to me. Did it make sense to you guys? Huh. Hopefully that was right. But maybe I should have taken out that Silent Hulkreeper too. And the Tomb of Gadwick seems perhaps a little bit problematic. No, I'm not super worried with what they're doing. I'm just happy we got Palani's Hatch. We got a bunch of creatures, which is quite nice. Hopefully keeping up the aggression, although I imagine they have some form of answers. They must have a decent bit of answers. They got rid of a pyroclasm there. I don't have too many small creatures for them to deal with. Most are decently sized, other than the dino eggs, of course. Maybe I should. No, I'm not going to play chess. No, we'll stick to dino stuff tonight. That's pretty good. I think we should be able to survive. Probably with Palani's Hatcher and that dino egg. You would think. Playing another Palani's Hatcher next turn, maybe that's going to be just enough to get the job. Or maybe it's going to be 2 pyroclasms. Ah. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Oh, they've taken everybody out. Oh. Okay, maybe not. But I guess that's going to be it. Both on tap, attack again, dealing, well, enough to kill me, sadly. 14 in total. Both of those things hitting twice, exactly lethal. Yeah, look at dinos. Maybe this opponent has never faced dinos, just because perhaps they're a little bit uncommon in alchemy. I guess I want more interaction. Primal Might, that is right. But Silent Hulkreeper is an enchantment creature. Keep in mind, Pawpatch Formation. Let's go. Destroy target enchantment. It doesn't have to be. If the creature is an enchantment, Pawpatch Formation simply destroys them. Lovely. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh, we're set. Sideboard in the hate, 100%. And we got Wingbane Vantasaur to take out these pesky enchantment creatures. Alright. I imagine, well, maybe I like Stalwart Speartail. Yeah, let's trim Big G for now. We know for a fact that the enchantment destruction on their enchantment creatures is going to be pretty powerful. Wear Down. I think I remember Wear Down. Sounds familiar. Leyline of Sanctity, we'll get that with Lilianna Dinos. We might not be getting a win if I kept that. And not that. No lands, no way. Okay, phew, something. Speartail and Paleontologist, keeping everything as stable as possible, especially the Wingbane Vantasaur getting that naturalize whenever I play it. Oh, the Beaver Art one. Yes, I know that. Lovely stuff. Beautiful with that Pawpatch. But with the lands that I saw, I knew it would at least be getting to 4 mana on turn 3. I don't know. We'll see how wacky this list gets JDX, as long as it's, mostly dinosaur themed. As long as I can consider it a dinosaur deck when we make it. I'm killing that. Yep, nope, that's not today. Alright. The sideboard hate the tech is coming into nice effect. See the creeper, you kill the creeper. Just don't ask questions. Hopefully they don't do anything to the Wingbane Vantasaur. At this point, I'm going to grab the Savage Stomp, and they don't have any enchantments at the moment. I don't think. Well, they definitely can't do anything for one red or one blue, but this turn is probably something is going to happen. And enduring friendship, huh? Double team, I guess. A token, conjure, duplicate. Interesting. Well, I'm sure they have something up their sleeve. Some way to deal enough damage to the Vantasaur. Funny business. Bolt the bird. Yes, bolt the bird, creep the creeper. Yeah, might as well play Pugnacious Hammerskull. We still have one green left over for the Savage Stomp to hopefully take out somebody. I guess they'll be doing something to someone. Removal, bouncing, that sort of a thing. But definitely Minecraft flashbacks. Okay, drawing a bunch of stuff, but not too bad. We still take it out quite nicely. Should probably read Enduring Friendship a little bit closer. Whenever they cast an instant or a sorcery that are Otters, get +1/+1. That's pretty good. I like it. Gonna need some enchantment destruction though to permanently get rid of it. I don't think Kitsa is getting super big. I mean, there is Prowess plus the bonus from Enduring Friendship. But if I had mass enchantment destruction, I think we would have a pretty good chance against this deck. Would be nice to at least get one more land there. Okay, I guess not. But we'll still play the Wingbane Vantasaur. Getting the Naturalize. Taking out something enchantment related. Hoping that the opponent has perhaps a few counter spells. Hosing the counter spells just because I have Cavern of Souls there. We'll try it. We'll see what they have. See what they do. See what sort of wacky alchemy cards are dropped, bounced, killing my stuff.
No.
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. You know, everybody's getting bigger. Oh man, they really wanted to take out that Vantasaur. My oh my. Well, I'll take out the Silent Hall Creeper. Might as well at this point. If I had dealt the 4 damage to Kitsa, I wouldn't have taken out anybody. That doesn't make sense. I know, JDX. That would be good though. I wouldn't be forced to potentially buy Cavern of Souls. If I could not use it, I wouldn't have to sink $200 into a playset. Hopefully I can get a deal on them, but Cavern of Souls, I think US is one copy. The cheapest is like maybe $40 US, maybe 50. Something like that. It's not a pretty sight. I say we just get rid of that Enduring Friendship. No, don't like it. And, you know, nicely ramp with Glimpse the Core. We're not playing Vaultborn Tyrant next turn, but well, we got a lot of big stuff. Leaving Pugnacious Hammerskull there. I'm not attacking, so I mean, if I did get a stun counter. Oh no, fear of missing out. Not great. Man, they drew 4 cards for 2. That's pretty good. Pretty decent. And bouncing it. Painfully. Yeah, I would say we, yeah. At the maybe I was playing 2 Pugnacious Hammerskulls next turn, but I felt it was a pretty low chance of winning. But now, JDX, we're tweaking Lilianna Dinos, making it into whatever colors, as long as there's a bunch of dinos still left in there. Now, that's pretty good. Have a creature you control deal non-combat damage to a creature you don't control 80 times over any number of games. Huh. Interesting. It would be kind of nice to get this mighty title from the green color mastery. Although Veteran Explorer, I think, it suits my Tarzan name a little. Tarzan the Mighty or Tarzan Veteran Explorer. I don't know. They're both pretty good. But yes, now updated Lilianna Dinos. I say we open up the old one, the base one, and then we tweak from there. We could get rid of the fight rigging. I think at this point it wasn't too special. I didn't have any super big expensive creatures to cheat out. If you have fight rigging, you want, stuff that costs 8 or 9. But I like Hunt Master, Storm of the Festival. Nah, no Storm of the Festivals. What other crazy stuff could we add? Maybe something in black, yeah. Black and red. We got a lot of black and red in here, so I say we go for the multicolored stuff. Labyrinth Raptor could be a possibility. Also very, very scary, but we do have to be worried about potentially marauding taking out Labyrinth Raptor. It is kind of awkward, and Hunt Master as the only thing that gets killed by marauding raptors pings. I like it being the only thing. Upping it to 8 potential things, 8 potential dead draws. If I happen to play marauding raptor first before those other small creatures, it's terrible. Absolute garbage of a feeling. Removal on a creature. Okay. I'll search deal damage. See what's out there, and then we'll refine it further by choosing just creatures that have the text deal damage in their text box. What's pretty crazy stuff? It doesn't have to be a legendary creature. I've always liked Judith, the Scourge Diva. Other creatures you control get +1/+0, and whenever one of your non-token creatures dies, Judith deals 1 damage to any target, turning the removal from the opponent around. Of course, if they have removal, they're probably targeting Judith to begin with, you would imagine. Yes. Something whenever you discard Aftermath. Aftermath could be a consideration. Zagreus, Thief of Heartbeats. I've wondered about this guy. Costs 1 less for each creature in your party. I don't have a party. I have a dino party, but I don't have a party for this. A cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard. But other creatures you control have death touch. I always love that part about this guy. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a planeswalker, you also get to destroy it, which is extra flavorful. But the death touch does apply better if all your creatures have trample. You only have to deal lethal damage, and then you can deal the rest towards the opponent. Lethal damage with death touch is 1, and then if they have trample, the rest continue on. So if 3 creatures blocked Rotting Regisaur, I would deal 1 to each of the 3, and then 4 damage would continue on towards the opponent, which is pretty insane. But now we'll move Zagreus to the back burner. Something else. Technically, I could do Snapdax. That's removal. It's pretty solid because I also gain life, although it is a little bit problematic. Mutating and needing sources of white. And is a little bit too risky. The mutate needing 2 white is, I think, a little bit too difficult of a hoop to jump through. It's not terrible. I've tried it before. I've played Rainbow Dinos before, but yes, it is in white. The animation though, oh, it's so amazing when you play it on Arena. Almost as good as Trapjaw Tyrant. Whenever that's dealt damage, you get to exile a creature until Trapjaw leaves the battlefield. Oh man, it's so cool. The Trapjaw just coming up and chomping whatever creature that you target. Never gets old. I'll remove the multicolored part of this. You know what? I'm going to choose Aftermath. I don't think there's too many that I would want in that, but you never know, something might come up. Some of you might not even remember what Aftermath is. Yeah. Insult to injury. I love it. I mean, the injury part is not that great. Dealing 2 damage to a creature and 2 damage to a player or a planeswalker, but it's something where if I have to discard it, I still can recycle it and make some benefit. Maybe. A Claim to Fame. That's pretty good. Return a creature with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. We would be returning a Huntmaster or a Marauding Raptor, but also just giving +2/+0 and haste could really surprise some opponents. Giving Riding Regisaur haste, well, that's not too bad. Cut, ribbons, pretty nice. Driven Despair, I've always liked that. That's a way to give everybody trample too. 1 in the green, until end of turn, creatures you control gain trample, and whenever they deal combat damage, you draw a card, so you get to replace everything, but also the Despair, everybody getting menace, and whenever they deal combat damage, the opponent discards a card. That could be something. I do like, that's basically perfect for this list. A Marauding Raptor oftentimes is big whenever it pings dinos. It could get to 6 power, 8 power, quite reasonably, maybe not necessarily with this list. But then Driven, boom. Marauding Regisaur, lovely. Lilianna of the Veil, I'm forced to discard a card with her +1, but then you turn it into a positive with Despair. Don't despair. Well, the opponent might, but I won't, because I still gain value. That's what you want. I say we do at least Driven Despair. Heaven and now, we're not much into red. Maybe. Maybe a couple more things like that. Claim to Fame. Just to get back maybe a Marauding Raptor or no typic Huntmaster. But the sideboard, we got to have the ley lines in the sideboard. I say we trim basically everything. We'll get that Ley Line of the Void back. It's ley line time. Okay. Maybe even the blue one. Ley Line of Anticipation. Who does not love to play all their spells as if they had flash? Boom. There's Rotting Regisaur. Boom, Lilianna of the Veil. Pretty cool. Ley Line of Transformation we don't need, but yes. The Void. Hopefully I face off against some sort of graveyard deck. It would be nice to hose them. And again, even if I wasn't in white, well, I'm not in white, but you don't need the colors to have a ley line. It's going to be in your opening hand. You know you're going to mulligan aggressively for it. Anything else? Yeah, Ley Line of Combustion. Perhaps. Whenever you and or at least one permanent, not just a creature, whenever they target you at all, deal damage. But of course you wouldn't combine this with Ley Line of Sanctity, because then they couldn't target you. Oh, pardon me. We'll leave it there for now. I think the package of Ley Line of Sanctity and Ley Line of the Void it's going to be pretty good. And then Back to Nature, of course, for the lovely enchantment destruction. Always got to be back to nature. Where is it? Somewhere here. Okay. The standard 3 copies of Back to Nature that everybody knows. And I know this is cheating. Leyline of the Void and Leyline of Sanctity. The opponent is just going to quit on the spot. I won't even have to play anything else in the list. It's pretty good. Quite nice indeed, but I'm kind of considering, you know what, let's get rid of Skyclave Relic, the Journey to Eternity, and Kahira. Yes, I want to bring in Palani's Hatcher. Even though Marauding Raptor can ping it, I think we'll be better served with more bodies, but 4 more cards in the sideboard. What's something crazy? We cover the people that target me. We cover all graveyard stuff, all enchantment stuff. We're already decently aggressive with the bodies. I think we could go maybe some other dino that does some sort of effect. Nothing in white, that's for sure. Hey, Runestone, let's do it. Runestone, the better Grafdigger's Cage, just because it shuts down more stuff. Many people think that Grafdigger's Cage is better than this, but nobody's going to be comboing off on the first turn. You have time to get 2 mana to play this, to hose many more stuff. Something to hose Lotus effects would be nice. And you know what? Let's leave it with Weathered Runestone for now. We're shutting down a wide range of things, I think, so. And both ley lines. You gotta love it. Leyline of the Void and Sanctity. Alright, back to Explorer. Whew. Here goes nothing. At least one match here. I still want to, just past 11, I want to organize my tools and whatnot. Get ready for the work day tomorrow. Maybe clean some stuff. Do some laundry. Restart the dryer. Always takes at least two cycles. Oh, I know you can't contain yourself. Most people watching right now can probably not contain. I would keep it probably if it had one source of black. But no, okay. Well, it's getting better. One land is better than none. I might start throwing up in my mouth if we don't improve. Yeah. Acid reflux. Okay, well, that's going to be the keeper, sending most stuff to the bottom. One more thing. I say we got to go with Thoughtseize. Keeping Marauding Raptor, all the ramping stuff, marauding with the cost reduction, and Topiary Stomper, getting the basic land, and mulligan to 4. Oh boy. Oh boy, what are Angels? Lotus Field? Something green related, I guess. Mono green Stompy. Painful. It's not mono green. They do have white in there for that pesky Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, but hopefully we'll get rid of that if we can drop Thoughtseize next turn. I don't think they have too much interaction. Usually they don't, at least in game 1, so a Marauding Raptor should stick around. I'm just excited to see their hand. I'm mostly usually excited to use Thoughtseize because I don't normally. Able to make 6 at the moment with the combination that they have. Vet, Vorinclex is good. Very, very good. And now they won't be able to make 8. Oh, they will. Yes, okay. They got the perfect draw. Spending a total of, yeah. You win. You win. I would say they win. Certainly use Topiary Stomper to continue to accelerate out, but nah. they're going to be activating Vorinclex, so there's no reason to continue. Maybe a board wipe. Again, we're pretty heavily into black, so that would certainly do the trick. Nothing much that would really help us. Pithing Needle kind of would be okay with the activated abilities of Vorinclex and Polychronos, but just overall, mono green Devotion or mono green Stompy as we're facing here it's a good deck. It's just generally fantastic. Nothing specifically in the sideboard that would help us. I say we got a mulligan. Oh, maybe. Nah, one more. Okay, well, I got a little bit better. I would like to keep. Oh, I only have to get rid of 2. Good. I was gonna say I want to keep the Celestis. That seems like a decent bit of ramp. Maybe we can take 1 game from them. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to take too many. Celestis next turn. I'm playing something next turn, at least. Hope they don't get a Castle Gamebreak. It's going to be some sort of land. Sunken Citadel or Castle, I bet. More lands is probably better, especially with Topiary Stomper. Source of Black, Swamp, yeah. Make sure we're nice and stable with the forest there. The sources of green. I shouldn't really ever need 2 black in a single turn, but I definitely might need a bunch of green there. Hopefully the only creature they have is that Arboreal Grazer. It would be nice to drop Regis or Alpha next turn and get a wee bit of aggression in on the opponent. I'm not turning on Topiary Stomper anytime soon. I do need a total of 7 lands, and at the very least we're only going to be reaching 6 next turn, maybe. Oh, they also, really? You also have removal? Huh, okay. A lot of fun. I guess they have removal. At least we drew a little bit closer to more stuff. We got that other land. I am kind of sad we don't have the Vaultborn Tyrant though. Yep, Grazer, more lands, dropping bombs. It's going to be pretty painful next turn with Tyvar giving everybody a massive boost, but now we're actually reaching 7 this turn. The other Topiary Stomper is definitely saving us and giving us a slim chance to squeak by some sort of win. Yeah. See if we can make this guy a little bit bigger. I like a Palani's Hatcher. Yes, please. Might as well give that Topiary Stomper haste. They both have Vigilance, so this is going to be pretty decent aggression-wise. Still being left with the 5/5 and the 4/4 to block next turn. I'll take out Tyvar any day. Any day, anytime. Oh, yeah, never mind. It's indestructible. I kind of forgot about that, but and we did a little bit of damage to the opponent, so that's not too bad. Tyvar the Pummeler, always basically having indestructible, having to tap another creature and then you tap it, but if Tyvar is already attacking, that is not a drawback whatsoever. Next turn though is going to be rough. Yeah, no, we don't win. We can't attack into that. The Gruff Triplets would be trading with the Topiary Stompers, and whenever the Gruff Triplets die, they put a counter on each other creature that's a Gruff Triplet, and We were not winning that one. Not even close. No chance. They just got lucky facing off against, Lilianna Dinos. Not quite as optimized as my usual Stampede Dinos. I'll think about a wipe. At least one more match here, though, and go have a shower or something. Salmon. Probably mono black something. Yeah. No early plays. No Huntmaster or Marauding Raptor. Nah. Oh, much better. Much better. Certainly get rid of Lilianna of the Veil. Unfortunately, we don't have any sources of black, not even one, to work towards playing her. But if everything works out, that is going to be maybe nice, possibly. We'll get rid of Regisaur Alpha just because, again, Regisaur is 2 bodies in 1, where Palani's Hatcher is 3. Would be nice to play Rotting and Marauding next turn. I have no non-left. Hey, good. Whew. Zayatoras. We don't have that black source on tap, but at least I will eventually get to play Rotting Regisaur and possibly get to play Palani's next turn. Well, if everybody lives, I'm sure they have at least one fatal push in there. Make me sacrifice something. Do what you gotta do. No, yeah. Bounce all my stuff, kill all my small creatures, which would not have died because they simply would not have been in. Because I would have made a bunch of... Grim Bauble would have done basically nothing. Nowhere to run. Well, it would have hurt, but still. We would have had a much better chance with the usual. Yeah, we do what we gotta do. Sure, somebody's now. Okay, good. We get that pesky Otter out of the way. Of course, the opponent saving themselves from taking 7 is good, but I don't have to worry about that Otter getting massive. I'm sure Rotting Regisaur is probably dead or sacrificed. They bounced the Celestis to... Yeah, no, that's... No point in continuing. I was forced to discard the Celestis. I was going to discard nothing because I had nothing in my hand with Rotting Regisaur's ability, so now they effectively destroyed the Celestis for a 1. They had to pay a total of 1 of any color and 1 blue, and that is maybe Sanctity time. But they have some stuff. A lot of stuff doesn't target me. They do have Thoughtseize, Hopeless Nightmare. It's not target opponent, it's each opponent. So Leyline of Sanctity does not stop that specifically. And this town ain't big enough. Well, Duress though. Yeah, I guess it is Leyline of Sanctity time. Possibly Back to Nature as well. I'm just going to trim Huntmaster because it dies usually, often. Driven to Despair, or driven/despair. I'm not driven to despair. I'm still having a very good time, even though tonight has been quite rough. Oh, we get a Leyline of Sanctity. That's a keeper. 100%. And we got our Source of Black with Zayatoras. We know we're going to be going off with Thoughtseize because they can't make us discard it. Would have been nice to get rid of the Storm Chaser's talent, though. Yeah, let's see what they got. Take a wee peek. Yeah, nowhere to run. Just get that gone. I don't have to worry about them potentially killing Palani's Hatcher when I do play it. Hopefully. One of these days here. But this town's ain't big enough. That is going to be rough. Going to be making a bunch of Otters, replaying that Storm Chasers. Now we'll get rid of a mountain. We need more green than red with this list. Look, I like that. More mana, the better. Playing all the big stuff. I guess we don't have too many big things, but at least maybe getting to 7 lands. 6 next turn. But I could draw a Topiary Stomper, and we might be able to reach 7. It's a possibility. But they're not going to bounce Topiary Stomper with this town, I don't think. I wouldn't. We'll certainly get rid of the mountain. There must be a way. Oh, there must be. Absolutely. Certainly want to get Palani's down first, just so Marauding Raptor doesn't ping those eggs and I use up all the mana I possibly have. I don't know. I can probably trim some of the black sources. I might not need Zaitor's Proving Ground whatsoever. Interesting. I thought maybe this town would... Well, they're going to bounce somebody. Oh, yeah, both of those. That makes sense. I mean, it does hurt a little bit that we lose Marauding Raptor. I just wish Hopeless Nightmare was target opponent. And Leyline of Sanctity would shut down this pesky avenue of making you lose every creature you have. Or every card you have in your hands. Eventually. Yeah, at least Palani's Hatcher would trade with one of those Otters. We basically, well, we have to block somebody to have any hope. Oh, guess, well, okay. Take 4. Yeah, we're probably, I didn't expect to win really against much of anybody. Okay, Celestis not doing too much for us at the moment, but we'll leave everything there and probably die. Probably die. Oh yeah, what am I thinking? I only have 2 creatures to block and they have 3 creatures. I'm guaranteed to lose. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. I still had a good time. Fun to, like I said, it's a fun, wacky night. Playing whatever, doing whatever. Flubber. That's the inspiration for the thumbnail. Yeah, I'll get him. I beat this town. Demir, this town, or, well, this deck ain't good enough deck today. That was good. I think that was my win into Diamond, so the algorithm took pity and forced me to face it right here, I guess. Yeah, well, that's all right. All right, okay. We'll leave it there for now. Hopefully everybody had a good time watching, whenever it is, wherever it is. Get some good rest. Take a big bite out of that like button. Oh, excuse me. And we'll see you next time. Peace. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic. This is,
Ruthless aggression.
What do you mean you've seen this? It's brand new.